Let's go over to Louisiana real quick. There's a very short clip of something that is just as stupid as Tucker Carlson. On Tuesday, in the Louisiana House of Representatives, Representative Wade Garofalo introduced a bill that would require all public schools and universities in the state to teach, quote, the good parts about slavery, along with the bad. Garofalo is the head of the Louisiana House Education Committee. Let's take a listen, and you have to listen really closely. It is a quick clip, but take a listen in.
But what is a larger course of academic instruction?
If you're having a discussion on whatever the case may be on slavery, then you can talk about everything dealing with slavery, the good, the bad, the ugly,
There's no good to slavery, though.
Well, then whatever the case may be.
Whatever the case may be, Garofalo, his bill would also ban the teaching of the idea that the United States or Louisiana is, quote, systemically racist or sexist. The vote ended up being a 7-7 deadlock, meaning the bill would not move forward to be voted on by the full House, but it also means that the bill hasn't officially been killed and could be revived later. So in Louisiana, in Miami, they're teaching students and they're telling the parents and the teachers not to get vaccinated. In Louisiana, they're saying that we need to teach our kids that there were good parts about slavery. Rebecca.
So can we play that clip once again? I'm sorry, Dwayne. I wanted to see that clip one more time. I just wanted to look at something real quick.
I know. But what is a larger course of academic instruction?
If you're having a discussion on whatever the case may be on slavery, then you can talk about everything dealing with slavery, the good, the bad, the ugly,
There's no good to slavery, though.
Well, then whatever the case may be.
To wake it up.
Yeah. You saw the eyebrow raise?
Yeah. That was a whole black man next to him. I'm going to need him to shimmy, shake, and slap. The taste that said that the good, the bad, the ugly. This is the problem. See, we used to live that life back then. But we don't live that life today anymore. We no longer have to sit next to the white person and try to keep our jobs or try to be in the position where it's like, oh man, did he just say that? And I really want to, but I got to be the good black man. We no longer have to do that, sir. Now, you heard that man say the good, the bad, the ugly. Now, the white woman sitting in that seat was like, but there's no good to slavery. And you just sat there, sir. You sat there next to that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Couldn't be me, man.
But that ain't. I don't like that. But that's crazy that some people are still working in these environments, believing that they need to stay quiet so that they don't have any issues going forward for whatever reason. Maybe they want to, have a higher seat, or maybe they were told, hey, if you just go along with what I say, don't you want a better pay? Don't you want to move on up to where we're living? It'll be good for you. You'll be one of the good ones if you just listen to what we say. Just sit there and be quiet. Because if you are able to sit and hear somebody say the good, the bad, the ugly of slavery in education,
when your ass is a descendant, most likely a descendant of an enslaved person. Go ahead.
Right.
Now, that's just it for me. That's all I wanted to see. And I think that he's stuck. He's probably one of those folks that never got out. So
somebody said that's Herschel Walker and Daniel Cameron sitting right there.
They probably the white folks in those in that system probably got to him already. He looks like the man that was doing the full run in the movie Get Out.
He does.
He looks like him. They got him, bro. They got to.
Rebecca.
You got the Herschel Walker neck too.
Hey man,
he does. I thought it was Herschel Walker for real at first. I'm like, wait.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. That was the scariest part of Get Out when that dude start running. Like, cause it's instinct. It's instinctive in black people. Like when that man started running in Get Out, I felt like I needed to get up and run out the theater because that's just how intense that thing is for us. But you're right.
Look at his mannerisms. The man is looking down. He's ashamed or he's lost in thought.
Yeah.
He can't look up.
If you look at his face, you'll see his eyebrow go up when he said something about it. But Buddy ain't raised his head. It was just like,
you know why? Because
just like the man in Get Out. It's like there's a consciousness in you that's like, oh, I'm black. But then it's like they already performed that mental lobotomy, and now you're just lost. You're stuck in that. So
No, what
So,
it is,
no, no.
what it is,
So what-
he knew what was coming. Like before they had a meeting before
Yeah.
this whole thing. So he knew. He was like, I just got to sit here next to this man, and
And
he
be
about to be
ashamed.
talking foolishness, and I just got to sit here and be the token. He knew
And
what
I'm
was coming.
sorry, my man.
Is that
I see
representative?
ya.
Is the woman on the who actually the only person who actually said something was, I guess that's Representative Hilferty.
Hilferty.
And she called it instantly. She was like, what good? And our brother sitting right next to them, and see, it's just,
And unfortunately, in the history books, they do talk about how it was good. And
we
no, the
learned
hell
that
it
growing
was
up.
Never good. God damn it, y'all
the
thought it
damn
was
colonizers
good. No.
went to go eat with the Native Americans and sat there and were that's how we got Thanksgiving, right? I love a good Thanksgiving meal, but the history of it ain't real. There was no good there
At all.
When
all.
Christopher Columbus got on his boat and founded, discovered the Americas, right? And then he founded the Caribbean. When he got there, he literally tricked them and abused those people who accepted him into their land. There was nothing good about that. Okay,
Nothing.
So this is what they try to teach us, and then when it comes to like taking us from our homes and our original places and bringing us here and talking about us being on the farms, and that's how they wanted to use it. We were helping grow things.
Oh, they helped. Yeah, they made it seem like they civilized us.
Yeah,
That's
so
what they
we
try to
were
say.
helping grow things, and they gave us a home, and then we had Martin Luther King. That they'll go from that straight to Martin Luther King. It's like, wait,
Skip over a whole street.
What happened in between that? Like, well, there was something that happened there. I know it was. Can we talk about voting rights? Like, can we talk about that? They'll go into feminism and make it white, but it's right because we're talking about another gender. So we can't be bad people. We cannot be bad people. America made women's rights a thing for just white people. And it's okay. Like, Karen's got an opportunity. So that means America is definitely innovative. It's fresh. It's new. It gets the people going. That's America.
It gets the people going.
That is what they taught us when we was kids. And, we used to take these breaks and give thanks. And, when you're religious, you're not really understanding. Y'all giving thanks to the Lord for another year, another day's journey, being able to just see with your eyes and then hold with your hands and walk with your feet. But in reality, that's, the history of that is terrible. And it's like when we celebrate Christopher Columbus Day and we used to be, I'll take the day off, but I'll go, celebrate my heritage and the original people, from where I'm from. It's not, it's all these things that they taught us. And that's why it's another dangerous thing to have people like that lead us in education here in America. We had Betsy DeVos, who also was someone who is racist as hell, who was over our education system as well. Like, I just don't understand how we have that as leadership in something so small. Lets me know that if you can come out of your mouth and say the good, the bad, you just, you really thought there was something good in there. Your family probably gave these slaves that they owned a little house up the street.
Little house in Prairie. No, his ass probably definitely owns some inherited a plantation. Right, I guarantee if we did, because he's from Louisiana, if we dig that dude's history up, I guarantee you he has a direct. So for him, there was good for slavery. His family got wealth. White folks in this country who owned slaves generated an obscene amount of wealth. So for them, it was good. But the fact that they are insisting on our schools not teaching the bad, but make sure that we teach the good, it really just shows you where they're trying to strike. They're trying to strike at the core of what helps us to change this system. They're trying to put it in people's minds that there's both sides to every single issue. No, there's no both sides to slavery, right? There's no both sides to white supremacy. There's no both sides to Jim Crow. Y'all were wrong. Your ancestors were wrong. And some of y'all got a lot of wealth in your pockets right now that directly came from the enslavement of black folks. So y'all are wrong and y'all need to pay us reparations.